Okay, perfect. Let's go. Mutah, thank you so much for having us today. Honestly,
most welcome, brother.
To be here. So,
thank you.
I know, obviously, you're here in Riyadh now, but if you could just kind of take us all the way back to the beginning. Kind of like, obviously, we know you started with Tupac and the Outlaws.
Yes.
Tell us about that and how you ended up here in Riyadh.
Well, I started off, as you mentioned, in the music industry with Tupac and the Outlaws. I started off as a teenager, 15, 14 years old. I got involved in the music industry and appeared on over 60 million record sales worldwide with Tupac and the Outlaws. And eventually I walked away from the music industry after converting to the religion of Islam. I would say in 2002. So in 2002, I converted to Islam and I came to the Middle East, to Saudi Arabia for the first time. And I was intrigued of just, Saudi Arabia. It was a different culture. So when I went back to America, that impact of them 2 weeks being in Saudi Arabia has never left my mind and never left my heart. Wow. So I always wanted to move back. I always wanted to move or eventually come back to Saudi Arabia and eventually move here. And that's what I did 14 years ago. Wow. I was able to come and move to Riyadh and settle down here.
Okay, and how did you even meet Tupac? Like, how did that happen?
I met Tupac, so Tupac had a stepbrother by the name of Yafeo. Yafeo was also known as Gaddafi from the Outlaws. Yeah. We were childhood friends. His mother and my family were friends with each other. So as kids, we would always hang with each other. I got a little older. I would say I was about 13 years old at this particular time. And I started writing raps. I started becoming like a local neighborhood celebrity, So whatever I would see the people in my neighborhood do, I would go in my room, make a rap about it. And the drug dealers, believe it or not, the so-called bad guys, they say, well, they was really good guys. They just made some bad decisions at that time. They would give me money to rap for them, you know?
Okay.
And I realized that I had some talent because they was giving me money to rap. And I eventually started taking it very serious. And every day I would write raps. And I happened to run back into the mother of Yafeo Gaddafi. And she said, what are you up to now? What you been up to? What are your plans? I said, I want to be a rapper. Okay. She said, wow, well, my son Gaddafi is brothers of Tupac Shakur, and they on their way to New York City. Wow. So if you're serious, you should go meet them. And to make a long story short regarding that, I got on the train, went to New York City, Manhattan, met Tupac for the first time, and ever since then, it was we wasn't separated until he passed away, and that was in 1994.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a story right there, honestly.
Yeah, man. It's and it felt like yesterday.
I can imagine.
It felt like yesterday, and it's time go by like this, but that meeting with him, it was something that I would never forget because, meeting him for the first time, he came into the room and I seen Gaddafi like after years of not seeing him. He was all tall now at this particular time and growing up, and then we just became family after that.
That's amazing. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's so nice to hear. And I guess, obviously we just recently celebrated 50 years of hip hop.
Yes.
Obviously you are kind of fundamental in paving that culture. Like you're a big part of that. So obviously now you've given up that lifestyle, you're here, but before we talk about that, who in the game now do you think is like, not necessarily best rapper, but who do you like? Who do you follow? Or
I would say I actually don't listen to music.
Okay.
I don't listen to music, but I follow the scene from behind the scenes.
Sure. Okay.
I want to know, I can't really say who I think is the best now, but from behind the scene, it just shows me that it changed. Of course, the hip hop changed. It seemed like it's not like when we was in the music industry, we really tried our best to put a positive message out. Even if it didn't come out that positive, we tried our best. We tried. We tried, you know what I mean? So it seemed like now, unfortunately, I don't know if it comes with age. Maybe in our time, the rappers like Big Daddy Kane, the OGs, maybe they thought that about us. Maybe. About that we taking it too far with gangster rap. But now what we're seeing with these new generation, I believe it took a wrong turn where it's calling people to do, it seemed like it's glamorizing more violence. You know what I mean? The use of drug taking, violence, guns. It seemed like it took that path more than, the path that we tried to walk was like, we wanted to be the voice of the voiceless. So from behind the scenes, it seemed like, hip hop just changed. You know what I mean?
You guys were talking about the experience, but now people are trying to create the experience for the music.
They're crazy. Like guys nowadays, they would shoot somebody, then say, and go around, I shot somebody at 5 p.m. and the police would go lock them up. So I don't know. When we did it, it was our reality too. But we were smart enough to say, let's separate from that. Okay, now that we made it in the music industry, let's try our best to separate from the street life as much as we can. Or if we really did it, we're not gonna say, if I shoot somebody at 5 o'clock, I'm not gonna rap about it. I'm gonna say, I did it last summer. Or it never happened, you know? So the new generation, I don't know.
And obviously now you're here. Do you miss that lifestyle? Like, obviously you've given it up. Do you ever kind of like look back on it, or are you completely at peace now?
I'm completely at peace. You know, I don't miss it. I miss, like I can say, because we was like family, you know, myself, Tupac, and the Outlaws. So I miss the camaraderie of being with my family, you know, because with Pac, he didn't treat us like rappers. I would say half of the Outlaws was blood related to him. The rest was someone that his blood relatives brought us to the Outlaws. So we was more like family. I miss that part. You know what I mean? I miss the family, the brotherhood, because we all lived with Pac up until he died. Yes, so when you live with someone and you see them every day, you get attached, you know what I mean? So I miss that.
And to have that taken away from you, it's...
To have it taken, right? It was, you know, overnight. You know, you wake up one day and it's gone. So that's the only thing I say I miss from the music industry.
And if you don't mind me asking, how do you feel now in terms of, like, obviously the trial is now taking place in the US?
Yes.
Is it like opening up old wounds for you, or are you just not... Or do you feel like it's going to bring closure, or no?
I think it probably will bring some closure, you know, even though we knew. Okay. We already had an idea that this is really what happened. Okay. I think it would definitely bring closure to like his family, especially like his sister and them. You know, I think for us that already knew, I think I didn't expect it to get to anyone for anyone to get caught. I would be honest. I didn't expect.
It's been more than 2 decades, right?
More than 2 decades, and the guy was doing interviews, so he pretty much told on himself. He pretty much is like, look, come arrest me. This is what happened, and so it's crazy, but you know what I mean. We knew what happened back in the day. You know what I mean, and we will see. You know, we have to really see what's the outcome, because when it comes to American justice system, you can be shot.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen. You can be like, huh? Like you could just, so you don't, you just have to wait and see, you know what I mean?
You have this kind of restaurant empire. So obviously starting here with Smoky Beards Q.
Thank you.
So how did this come to fruition for you? Like
Smoky Beards came together. I have multiple partners.
Okay.
You know, I have some partners from Dallas, Texas, Artan, Sonny, and then we have a crew of Saudi partners, Saud, you know, his father, his family, and we just came together as one team. Okay. But how it actually started is, so my friends from Dallas, Texas called me and they wanted to come to open up an Italian restaurant. Okay, wow. You know, they said, I want to open up an Italian restaurant in Saudi Arabia. And I said, I believe it's saturated. I don't think, I said, there's too many Italian restaurants. I said, let's do something different. Maybe some Southern barbecue. Nice. Now, I lived majority of my life in Los Angeles. We didn't have smoked barbecue in Los Angeles. That really was a down south or Midwest thing. So he asked me, he said, have you ever heard of smoked barbecue? Mm-hmm. I said, I heard of it, but I never tried it. He said, okay, next time you're in America, come to Dallas, I will try it. I smoke in my own garage. Wow. So, you know, I went to his house, our townhouse, and I tried it. I said, bro, I think this will be a hit. I said, if you bring this to Saudi, I think this will be a killer. So I came back, we discussed with our other partners, Saud and them, and next thing you know, we came up with this team and we moved forward. And it's been, I believe, now 5 years since we've been open. Yes. Wow. So this is it.
It's amazing, honestly. So these are like the signatures. So if someone comes here, you'd say you have to order these things, right?
I would definitely tell them if they don't order the rib, I will always say at least you got to get the sliced brisket. Most people usually judge a smokehouse from the brisket, from the sliced brisket, you know. So I would definitely tell them to get the sliced brisket. Then you got the ribs.
Amazing.
Our best seller, one of the best sellers, is the pulled brisket sandwich. It's also coming.
Okay. So, and how long is this like cooked for? How long is this process?
Is cooked. This I would say anywhere between. It can be anywhere from 18 to 24 hours. Wow. Okay. Yes. So slow cooked. You know.
Low and slow.
Low and slow.
Amazing.
Low and slow.
I'm gonna tuck in. It's so soft. Like it's so tender. It's wow. Okay.
Thank you, buddy. So the first time I ever tried it, like I said, when I went to Dallas, Texas, and. You know, I grew up on barbecue, but West Coast, we're not big on smoked barbecue. So when I tried it, I said, bruh.
You were converted.
I said, bruh, I'm converted. Let's bring this to Saudi.
And I was going to say, it seems like the people of Riyadh are converted, because obviously we had our first Fact Awards, and you guys won favorite North American restaurant in the country.
We appreciate that, man.
Your customers, they voted.
The customers voted. Yeah, we appreciate the customers, man. They show love, and they, you know, at first we was hesitant, but one thing. You know, I've been living in Saudi for 14 years, and one of the things I realized, they like stuff that's different. If it's different, but also high quality. You can't just like cut corners. They want to make sure that the food and the quality, they know good food and they know good coffee in this country. So
coffee
you can't.
Like, wow.
Yeah, coffee is next level, next level.
I feel like every coffee shop you drive past is like every, doesn't matter what time of day and night it is, it's like.
This is our halal bar. We don't have bars, this is what we have.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Okay, and in terms of the restaurant, so I've seen like you've had everyone here from Mike Tyson's been here, Kanye's been here.
Yes,
if we can just touch on Kanye like super quickly because I'm a huge Kanye fan. How did that even come about?
So Kanye, his manager, 1 second before I get the name wrong, because he's gonna probably kill me. Like, man.
If you could share his number with me, I would take it.
Okay, yes, John Monopoly.
Okay.
So John Monopoly is his manager and also a childhood friend from Chicago, Kanye West. And what happened is we was in touch. A friend of mine named Chase from Los Angeles put us together in touch, I would say about 2 years ago.
Okay.
So when Kanye first was having this problem, some issues with Adidas and the sneakers.
Sure.
In my mind, I said, well, maybe, you know, it's a big market in Saudi Arabia. Let's try to bring him here. So we've been in touch with John Monopoly. And then next thing I know, I get a text from Chase, my friend in LA, telling me John Monopoly and Kanye West is coming to Saudi Arabia. So I hit up John Monopoly. I said, when you come, let's meet up. You're most welcome. Come to the restaurant. So he landed. He came to the restaurant. Another one of their friends, I forget his name, it was a crew of them. Okay. So we said, I knew Kanye West was here. So we just sitting, we talking, and then he's like, can Kanye West come? No. I said, sure he could come if he want to come. First he's saying, can I go to the menu? We'll take some back for Kanye West. So he telling him the menu, and he was like, is it okay if Kanye come? I said, sure, you could come. But he couldn't get a ride, you know, so the crazy part, this is very funny. So he couldn't get a ride. The hotel didn't have a drive at that time. So we said we'd send him Uber. So Shams, a friend of mine, was like, okay, let's send him an Uber. So the Uber's on, we like, do we? This is the funny part. So the Uber was something like a Camry. He like, Kanye's like, I don't care. His manager's like, he don't care. He would get any Uber. Okay. So the Uber got all the way up, all the way up to he was staying in the Four Seasons. Okay. All the way up to the Four Seasons, canceled. No. So he, of course, he probably would have surprised if he would have walked in. So he canceled. Now Kanye West don't have a ride. Okay. So then I called another friend of mine. Shout out to Prince Khaled. Prince Khaled was the one who first brought like all the boxing and stuff. Okay. He's the owner of Al Shabab team. Yeah, so I called Khaled. I said, look, Kanye's here. Is it okay if you send him a driver?
Someone needs to go.
Yeah, someone. He said, okay, I sent him my driver. He brought him here, and that's how he came. You know, it was just like that.
How was he as the man?
Kanye, man, I could say he's different. Okay. You know, he was different. I believe he got a lot of respect for Pac because when he first came in, he started quoting a lot of Pac and stuff like that. He loves Saudi Arabia, you know, discussing with him.
Album here and
I believe he did everything. Yeah, he fell in love with Saudi Arabia. He pretty much wanted to stay in this country, but I guess he had to leave for other stuff. But I believe he would come back. Okay. I believe he would come back.
And what did he eat when he came to the restaurant?
Everything, bro. The brisket, the ribs. Like, he had everything.
Wow. Okay, amazing.
We might have to call a Kanye brisket sandwich.
I think you should create a special, right? Just for Kanye.
No, but knowing him, he'd be trying to sue us. I want my money. You know what I mean?
Okay, and then,
yeah, man.
Other than the Smoky Beards, obviously you have other concepts coming now. So
we have the other concept, and also shout out to Fat Joe. I want to because Fat Joe was the first one from the international scene who came to Smoky Beards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the first one, and he told me, said, when I come, I'm coming to your. He was the first one out of everyone. Yeah. He came, did a video, called so many people, and said, y'all better come, and he showed love. So shout out to Fat Joe. Then we had Mike Tyson, and a few. We had Usyk. We had a few other people came. Nice. And now, like you mentioned, we have another concept. We have something called Q on the Go, which we specialize in the pulled brisket sandwiches, and we actually opened a smash burger joint, Okla. We should open that this month or next month. Nice. We have Sonny's spicy Nashville chicken coming.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So this is the pulled brisket sandwich.
This is insane. It's
actually the best seller.
This is the best
one? Seller, yeah. So our new concept, Q and Go, we focus on the pulled brisket sandwiches. So
is it the same sandwich here that you sell there, or it's like
the bread is a little different, but it's pretty much the same concept. But we only focus on the sandwich. You know, we have fries and we have cheese fries and things like that. So look at the macaroni and cheese.
I mean, it's so messy. I'm like, before I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna go for it. Honestly.
Yeah, you gotta dig in, bro.
I'm gonna do it. It's amazing, honestly.
Thank you, bro.
The bread is so soft.
Yeah,
but the meat is like super tender, but then there's like the onion rings are like texture, like crisp to it. So honestly, it's insane. Honestly,
you guys hear this? See?
Here first.
And this is free. We didn't pay him to say this.
It's a Fact Award winner after all.
These are all facts. From Facts Magazine.
Okay, so back.
Yes.
Saudi.
Yes.
What would you say to someone who's never been to Saudi before, and whatever perceptions they may have or preconceived notions about, however,
I think it's important to come visit. You know, now you have a lot of people that's coming to Saudi.
Of course.
Because of the new visas, they open it up for tourists. And believe it or not, a lot of people are surprised when they come to Saudi because they say it's nothing like we expected. It's nothing what we heard on the media. Probably majority of the people that come to this side of the world, they want to see Arabia. They want to see the culture. So I think Saudi preserved that. And I hope they keep preserving that. So even with Al-Ula, they did a lot of the coffee shops. It looked like you're still in the desert. And so this was very important. You know what I mean? Very important.
I think Saudi does a great job. Like even for me, like everywhere I go, you feel the culture, you feel the heritage. Like everything has a story, and it's like everyone's so proud to show that story to the world.
Yes. So this is amazing. I hope they don't lose this. So they got to keep that. I don't think so because majority of the people here, they proud, like you said, they proud of their culture and their heritage. So keep that. Keep that.
For sure. Okay, and back to the dining scene. So obviously, Riyadh has seen an explosion in recent years.
Yes.
Restaurant concepts, international concepts, homegrown concepts.
Yes.
For you, outside of your own concepts, where would you recommend people go and eat in Riyadh?
I would say I'm big on. I love Romancia.
Okay.
It's a very amazing local restaurant because I like rice and meat and lamb and chicken. I would say go to Romancia. For those who like seafood, there's something called Shrimp Plus.
Okay.
You get. I don't eat shrimp. I'm allergic to like shrimp and stuff, but it looks good when people eating it. Like so, you get this big bucket and crabs and shrimp, lobster, everything in it. Saudi has so many options. So many options, buddy. So you have a lot of if you want some local dishes, you can go to, like I said, Romancia. You can go Nedj. Like if you want the experience, if you want the, we took some guests recently to Nedj so that it looked like you got the old school Arabian architecture, so you could get that experience. So you can just come walk down the street and you just bump into all types of restaurants in Saudi.
I thought you were going to say Mama Noura, if I'm being honest with you.
Mama Noura, don't get me wrong, is one of them. Mama Noura, don't sleep with Mama Noura. We had a friend that visited us from America. He's a friend of. He went to university. My partner Saud.
Okay. And
Saud told me when you pick up from the airport, take him to Mama Noura. I haven't been to Mama Noura yet. When I went there, I was like, man, it's so packed here, but it's fire, bro. So shout out, you got to go to Mama Noura.
And finally, last question.
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
What does that look like for you? What can we expect from Mutah this
2024, year? God willing, if we say inshallah, God willing. A lot of people know this word now, even the British, everybody know it. We hope to, you know what I mean, try to, what we have not the music industry, what we have in the restaurant industry, and we want to perfect it. We want to try to, perfect it. If Q and the Go and these other brands do well, you never know. We might open it up in different cities and different countries. We got a lot of people asking to open up Smoky Beards, but it's very difficult to upscale smokehouse, big smokehouse. But restaurants like Q and the Go and Smoky and Sunny's and these things in Oakland, you can upscale. So we hope 2024 will be headed towards that direction. God willing, inshallah.
Honestly, congratulations.
Inshallah.
Honestly.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for your time today. Honestly,
thank you, man.
It's been an absolute pleasure. So
anytime, all the time, man.
All good.
Bilafia.
Thank you.